Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. This particular news is actually coming from Zimbabwe, straightforward, okay, where a particular lady, a female teacher, has actually violated a school boy, okay, just at 16 years old. Now, the lady has actually violated the boy sexually. The lady has actually raped these students here after inviting the guy or the boy, over to her house. Now, I'm actually going to make sure that I unfold the story step by step so that you can actually better understand how or where it actually began and where it actually was, landed finally or eventually. So make sure that you're going to sit with me and watch this video step by step to understand everything. Now, before I actually go deeper into this, please make sure that you're going to like this video in the first place. Secondly, subscribe and turn on your notification bell because we need more important and patriotic Africans like you to join this community so that we can actually keep on discussing issues about Africa. So please don't forget to actually join us by subscribing if you happen to be a patriotic, African. Okay. Now this 16-year-old boy was actually is actually a student at a particular school where a 33-year-old female teacher is also teaching. Okay. And something actually happened. Okay, you can actually even see from these pictures, like, look, there is an emotional connection between the child and also the teacher. But maybe the child will be doing something accidentally, but the teacher is actually taking things personally and then intentionally. And just after violating the child, the 16-year-old boy, okay, this lady has actually boldly came out with a statement saying something that is actually going to shock you. And I actually want to make sure that I quote both of the boy and also the teacher so that you can better understand how the story actually started or how it happened. Okay, now the 16-year-old boy said this. He said this and I quote, okay, "I didn't want to, but she forced me." Okay. In his own words, he said, "I was struggling with mathematics and she promised to help me. She said I could come to her house for extra lessons after school. I trusted her, but on the first day I got there, she forced me to do things I didn't want to do." This is actually an official statement from the boy who has actually been violated by his female teacher in Zimbabwe. Okay, and guess what the lady also said? Let me go there and then make sure that I read this loudly, clean and clear here so that you can better understand. Don't forget to actually subscribe and turn on the notification bell in case you haven't, because we need important souls like you to build and a legit community with you. Okay, this is the official statement from the teacher. Honestly, her name is Cindy. Okay, teacher Cindy, a very beautiful and elegant Zimbabwean female teacher. Okay, she said that I have been wrongly detained and I demand to be released immediately. This seems to be a commandeering statement from the teacher. Okay, I have been wrongly detained and I demand to be released immediately. I want the general public to know that what happened was not on purpose and purely an accident. This is what she said. I am calling up on all women to stand with me in this trying moment. All I wanted was to teach my boy mathematics, which has been a problem to him, and then by accident he entered me. Now looking at this, both statement from the guy, from the 16-year-old boy, and then from him, from his madam. Okay, now according to the lady here, the guy actually entered him, her, by accident. You understand me? But the boy is also saying something which is, I think, a bit contradicted to this. The guy also said that, look, the teacher actually forced him to do things he never wanted. But the lady is actually saying that by accident, which means that it actually happened coincidentally or it happened unintentionally. Now let's continue. I am a teacher with principles for over 10 years now, and so it is shocking that most people, especially fellow ladies, have rushed to judge me instead of supporting a fellow woman. Once again, I want to inform the whole world that what happened between me and the young boy in the bedroom was purely an accident during the time I was tutoring him in mathematics. Okay. I also thanks all the women who have supported me in this trying moment. Okay, this is an official statement from the teacher, the 33-year-old female teacher in Zimbabwe, who sexually violated a 16-year-old boy. Okay, so now, ladies and gentlemen, let us actually be frank or sincere to ourselves. Okay, if it was actually the other way around, okay, or the other side of the story, like the man would have been, sentenced to prison, going like they will have actually sentenced to prison to serve many years. But this is what the lady is actually saying, that she has actually been wrongly detained. They has, like they have imprisoned her wrongly, because what happened there in her room between her and also the student was actually an accident, which means that it wasn't, and it didn't actually happen intentionally. Can you take an action and come out to say that, look, the action I actually took was not actually on a purpose, or it wasn't actually was an intentional action? Can you actually do that? Now that you're actually watching this particular video, you are intentional about what you're doing, right? Because you pick your phone or you took your laptop or your PC, whatever, and you came here on YouTube to decide to actually watch the videos like this. And you saw actually many different videos, but you decided to actually watch this one. So after watching this particular video, guys, can you go and tell your wife or your neighbor or your partner that, look, honey, the video I actually watched from that particular channel, I did that unintentionally. Can I actually do that? Every action, almost every single action that we take, there is an intention or there is an intent behind it or backing it. So this is what the lady is actually saying, that what she did, what happened between him and then her, is actually an accidental incident. So she's actually using this to actually to plead with the government or whatever, so that they could actually release her rather, sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you actually think basically about this particular story that is actually coming from Zimbabwe between these two, the 16-year-old student who has actually been violated by a 33-year female teacher? Let's know your thoughts at the comment section. Let us learn from you. Don't forget to actually subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because we need important personalities like you to join this community so that we can actually build it legitimately together. See you in the next updates.